What is up, guys? It's Killian, founder of the Flood Formula, fitness and mindset coach, natural bodybuilder, and content creator. I am super hyped for today's video. You guys have no idea. I'm going to show you exactly how I went from 145 pounds to 175 pounds while staying lean the entire time. This was done in a 9-month period. 9 months. If you guys watch this video all the way through, I assure you, absolutely assure you that you will not need to watch another video like this again. This is going to be a full blueprint. It'll be short and sweet, but you will get all of the information you need to know to build muscle effectively, not waste your time in the gym. So first, we're going to talk about why most people fail to do this, why this transformation seems so insane. I want to preface this by saying that this was at the very beginning of my lifting journey. So newbie gains played a huge role in this. But regardless of how long you've been training, you can still apply these principles. I promise. These are 6 steps, super simple. Pull out a pen and paper and take some fucking notes. The main reason people fail to have a transformation like this is because they are overcomplicating it. They're spending way too much time and money on supplements, trying to find the perfect split, the perfect muscle group order to hit, when it really comes down to 6 basic principles. Alright, so step 1, starting from the basics, you need to find your calories, your maintenance calories. I have the link to the spreadsheet in the description. Go ahead and make a copy. You will not be able to edit this. This is not mine. You need to make a copy and then put in your inputs. After you put in your weight, height, and age, I want you to scroll down a little bit and click on how many days you are lifting per week. This is going to change it. The first number that you see is assuming that you're not lifting at all. So make sure you put in how many days you're lifting and then go from there. You need to find this base level. It may not be 100% correct. For example, mine is not accurate. If I put in my information, it'll tell me I'm at like 2,400 calories. My maintenance is much closer to 3,000 because I am a hard gainer. It depends on how much muscle mass you have, but this is a good start. After you track your food and track your weight for a week, 2 weeks, then you can make changes. But for now, just do this and let's follow it. Alright, now we need to dial in your macros. Because you are wanting to gain muscle, you need to be in a surplus. You need to be eating more than your body needs. If you are in a deficit and you are not fat, there's no way to build muscle. I recommend a 200 to 800 calorie surplus from this number, from this maintenance calorie number you found on the last slide, and go from there. If you want to play it safe, go right in the middle. 500 calorie surplus, easy money. So to find your macros, you're going to take your body weight and multiply it by 1. That should be very easy. That's how many grams of protein you're going to eat. Then to find your fats, you're going to take your body weight and multiply it by 0.5. Now this is where some math comes in. Take your number that you got for fat and multiply it by 9. Then take your number you got for protein and multiply it by 4. Add both of these up and then subtract it from your maintenance calories. Once you have that number, divide it by 4, and those are going to be your carbs. Now, step 3, and maybe the most important part, train with intensity. I like to take every single set to failure. I do not want to overtrain, so I keep my volume fairly low, but I train hard. True failure. You're going to realize as you keep going to the gym, what you thought was failure a few months ago is not real failure, and it'll just keep going. Once you get to a certain level, you will go until your muscle cannot go anymore. That is the goal. This should not be a cardiovascular failure. Your muscle should not be able to perform another rep, no matter what. If you had a gun to your head, you couldn't perform another rep. It takes a while to get there, but you will get there. Just make sure you're going as hard as you possibly can on every single set. Alright, now training frequency and recovery. I want you to rest at least 48 hours between hitting the muscle group. 72 hours is probably more optimal, especially if you're actually going to failure. Each muscle should be hit twice a week. And when I say muscle, I don't just mean back. I don't just mean shoulders. I mean each part of your shoulder, each section of your back, twice a week. The easiest way to do this, if you're lifting 5 days a week, would be push-pull legs, upper, lower. If you're doing 6 days a week, you can do push-pull legs, push-pull legs. If you're doing 4 days a week, do upper, lower, upper, lower. But make sure you're resting so that 48 to 72 hours of rest is in between hitting the same muscle group again. Now, progressive overload. This is the key to muscle growth. I will have a video down in the description. Click on it. It'll explain exactly how to do this. If you have a good app that does it for you, like my clients have, then you don't even have to think about it because it's tracking your shit every single time you're in there. You pull up the app, you see what you did last time, and know you need to improve. You guys need to be tracking your weight and your reps of every single session. I know it's tedious, but pull out your notes app, put them in. Easy fucking money. It just takes a little bit of intention. You can do it, I promise you. You have to get stronger over time. If you're not getting stronger, you're most likely not going to build any muscle. Being in a calorie surplus, and progressive overloading are the two most important things. Your muscle has to adapt to grow. If you're not pushing yourself to failure, it has no reason to grow. And if you're not increasing either the weight or the reps per session, per 2 sessions, you're not going to grow. That's why tracking is so important. Watch that video on progressive overload at the end of this video, or go ahead and pause it and watch it right now. Make sure you're doing this. I promise you do not want to leave this out. This is one of the most important parts. Okay, now lifestyle and habits. You need to be sleeping at least 7 hours. 9 hours is obviously more optimal, or somewhere in the middle at 8 would be great, but I understand that that's not always the case. It's not always possible to do that. So aim for 7 hours no matter what. Now for water, if you're a dude. I only coach men, so I'm assuming you're a man if you're watching this video. 1 gallon of water a day, especially if you're using creatine. For creatine, I want you taking 5 to 8 grams every single day. There is no need to do a loading phase. As soon as you get on it, 5 to 8 grams every day. If you want to time this most efficiently, do it 30 minutes after your workout or before your workout. Either way is great. But in order for it to work properly, everything to work properly, you need 1 gallon of water a day. It'll get much easier. I know at the start, it was something for me that was very hard. I felt like I was constantly peeing, but your body will get used to it. And then lastly, stress management. It is very hard to focus on the gym and focus on growth if you're constantly stressed. Try meditation. Try some breath work. Just make sure that you are not stressed out of your fucking ass. If you're super stressed, your body is not going to be able to recover as efficiently as it should. Take some time to yourself. Go outside. Read a book. Do not just sit in your room fucking grinding all day. That's what I've been doing, and I can tell that I'm losing muscle because of it. You need to have a clear mind, and you need to be focused on your goals. Obviously, the gym isn't your only goal. If it is, you're lucky, because this is going to be even easier. When I had this transformation, the gym was the only thing I was thinking about. I had just recovered from a spinal fusion surgery, left me on bed rest for about 6 months, got cheated on by my girlfriend, whole bunch of shit happened. So the gym was my main focus. I was so locked in, it was insane. That's all I thought about. But I wasted so much time researching and watching videos that honestly probably hurt me. I bet I would have gained even more muscle if I wasn't constantly consuming information. This is all you need. It's simple. Very, very simple. The only information you need aside from this is how to dial in your form. That's it. Now, consistency is going to get you there. In 6 to 12 months, you will be a completely different person. A brand new person. The ultimate goal is to become your own hero. Once you start doing this shit, once you start seeing the man that you're becoming in the mirror and in your mind, everything will change. Your whole life will change, dude. Maybe you'll start a business. Maybe you'll quit your job and do what you fucking love. But the confidence that this will give you, this transformation will give you, you'll be able to apply to everything. When I first started going to the gym, I couldn't even go to a public gym. I was so insecure. The amount of anxiety I had was insane. After this transformation, everything changed. It only took 9 months. 9 months. Obviously, I started feeling much, much better 2-3 months in, but when I hit that 175 pounds, it felt like I just checked a box. I could not wait to take my shirt off. I couldn't wait for summer. It was one of the best feelings I've ever had. It continues to get better. This never ends. Once you show up for yourself consistently, you will become addicted. Addicted to self-growth. Addicted to becoming more. But like I said, if you follow these 6 steps, I guess 7, you are guaranteed to grow. You are not a special case. Unless you have some medical condition, you will grow. Simple as that. If you have any questions whatsoever, leave them down below and I can help you. If you don't want to do this shit on your own, go ahead and book a call if you qualify. We'll see if you're a good fit for the team. I am very selective with my clients, so don't just think if you book a call, you're guaranteed to be on. But I would love to talk to you and see what you're about. I tried to make this as fast as I could so that everyone can actually consume it. But if you have any questions whatsoever, I missed anything, leave it down below. I will get back to it. I answer all comments, no matter what. I hope you all enjoyed that. I plan to make many more educational videos like this to actually give value, not just motivate y'all. I tend to enjoy motivating more than I do teaching, but that needs to change. So not just my clients are getting gains. You guys are too. I know not everyone has the money for one-on-one coaching, so I want to be able to help as many people as I possibly can. Make sure to check out my Instagram for daily motivation. My stories will keep you locked the fuck in. All right, boys. I'll see you next time.